Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 between Happy and Foggy. Happy spawning as the red undead on the top left hand side of Echo Isle. Meanwhile, Foggy has spawned as the blue night elf. Happy vs Undead, game number 2 in this series, as we're going to be looking at, well, an opening of Altar of Elders and a Moonwell. We are going to be looking at most likely Altar of Darkness, Crypt, and Ziggurat, as well as the players are going to be trying to do a good feeling out for each other here in game number 2. Now, what am I expecting to see in this matchup? Early ghouls trying to just slow down your opponent while also doing some creeping of your own. We may see fast level 2 early on and maybe even level 3. But if we do see fast level 3, I do believe it will start to benefit Foggy more than it will Happy because of those early mana burns. Now, Happy heading back off to the north here. He does have Unholy Aura and is making his way off to this Ogre Warrior creep camp. Is he going to go ahead and engage and try and take them down? I do believe so. Some early damage as you see the ghouls all quickly engage onto that Death Knight, just so the Death Knight is going to be taking the majority of that damage there. Small micro movements there, enabling the Death Knight to now back away as damage is now spread across the remaining units here, and the Death Knight already picked up that Circlet of Nobility and is now able to try and head back out across over here. Now you can see archers are going to finish off this 3-1-1 creep camp as the Demon Hunter does get to level 2 and picks up I believe that was a tome, not quite sure which one. It could be agility, I would be guessing. No, agility actually seems already right there, as we see a detonation go across and take down 2 skeletal minions. Ghouls now away from the action, looking to finish off this 3-1-1 creep camp as well. Death Knight not too far away, should get to level 2 here in just a moment. Demon Hunter now trying to gain some distance as the Death Knight now gets to level 2. Demon Hunter thinks twice about trying to chase, as he knows, oh well, there's the archer with that shadow meld there. Demon Hunter does not have to worry about the Death Knight picking up Dust of Appearance, as the Death Knight still wandering out across here. Now, no risky plays coming across from Foggy, using a Wisp and some archers to attack this back Ogre Magi. None of that this time around. Demon Hunter does pick up Boots of Speed, though, and this will allow him to perhaps escape a couple of surrounds. You can see Demon Hunter is right there. There's a mana burn, and you have to be extremely careful when you try and mana burn a Death Knight when there are that many ghouls out in play. Death Knight now going after the archers here. The ghouls trying to boxing out, and you can see 6 ghouls putting pressure onto the Death Knight or the Demon Hunter. Meanwhile, the lone Death Knight trying to go after all of these archers. Double backing around once more. The ghouls need that Unholy Aura to really keep pace with that Demon Hunter, and it looks as though they are going to be backing off once again. No ghoul frenzy, at least not yet. We are going into the graveyard, which means the eventual transition into those Crypt Fiends, and those Crypt Fiends are going to be key. Demon Hunter gets one shot off and now backs away, but still has to be extremely careful. But he is buying time. He's buying time for that tech to tier 2 in order to get those pandas. He has a Wisp ready to go, and that's all that this Demon Hunter is trying to do. He's trying to make sure that the Death Knight does not have any real opportunity to get to level 3 while his tech is going to be completed. And once he does get to tier 2, a panda will come back. Oh, Naga Sea Witch. Excuse me. Naga Sea Witch going to be the unit of choice this time around, as opposed to the panda. Death Coils are now coming out very heavily, as the Naga Sea Witch is able to slow down units. All right, I would have expected the panda. Instead, it is going to be the Death Knight with Death Coils using a whole bunch of mana across multiple units here. The Death Knight using a whole bunch of mana trying to save these ghouls constantly, and the Death Knight may end up just getting mana burned, losing all of his mana already. All right, let's take a look at this. Demon Hunter. Death Knight runs back to read that book, gets up to 825 hit points, but the Demon Hunter, very smart play there, opting to go for the Naga Sea Witch for that early mana depletion. The Death Knight didn't want to lose any of those early ghouls, but ended up losing all of his mana already, which does hurt him in the end. One of the things that often happens is the Demon Hunter uses so much mana on those mana burns that there's not enough mana to try and heal the remaining units that have taken damage. not going to be a real problem this time around, as Foggy now going after the Ogre Magi here. Going to pick up a wand of mana stealing and now finishing off the remaining Ogre Warriors. However, Naga Sea Witch and Ghouls are here ready to go as well. The Ghoul is going to finish off the remainder of this creep camp. Death Knight will stay at 2, Naga Sea Witch will stay at 1, but they will finally be on the board for at least some small amount of experience. We're going to see Foggy now transition into Dryads and Bears. Meanwhile, what are we going to be looking at here? Happy is looking to get that Slaughterhouse up. Obsidian statues, maybe an Abomination as well, as Foggy's Ancient of War going to be clearing out this creep camp here with that Naga Sea Witch in order to get to level 2 and get that Fork Lightning, which is so strong against these ghouls. Demon Hunter shows up to the party and is going to be able to finish off one ghoul very, very easily. Now backs away. Could perhaps try and get some extra damage off onto some of the remaining units, but the Naga Sea Witch lands a cold arrow or 3 onto that Demon Hunter. We may see a mana burn there. Yes, 43 mana lost once more, as the Demon Hunter doing a great job of keeping that Death Knight and Naga Sea Witch in check, not being able to get free experience or anything of that nature. Demon Hunter runs in, picks up a potion of lesser invulnerability from the shop, and now I guess he's just almost trying to bait his opponent here. Demon Hunter, Naga Sea Witch just running back and forth, and that Demon Hunter is going to need a good amount of health regeneration here, which the Bears should be able to provide momentarily. All right, Bears are being trained. Druid of the Claws with Rejuvenation. That adept training should be at least started already, or already completed, as we're looking at the Dryad still prancing back around once more. Now, it does concern me that Happy's Death Knight is still only sitting at level 2, but the map is really not that large. We haven't seen clearing out of the corner creep camps on the left side yet, which is the majority of the experience that Happy has to unlock. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter sitting at 2, Naga Sea Witch very close to 3 actually, as that Forest Troll Trapper will get taken down. Now, what is the follow-up play? Naga Sea Witch has plenty of mana. Demon Hunter, Boots of Speed, double Gloves of Haste, attacking very quickly. Surprised that that's not on the Naga Sea Witch, as the Naga Sea Witch would then be able to launch more cold arrows and perhaps pick off retreating units. Scroll of Town Portal now transferred to the Naga Sea Witch. Demon Hunter is there. Staff of Preservation on the Naga Sea Witch as well, as the Demon Hunter tries to catch his opponent. A big bash coming in from the Kobold Tunneler, stunning that Death Knight, who is now finally at level 3, but did take a mana burn, preventing him from getting off a very effective death coil. Death Knight right there. Is he going to get another mana burn once more? It looks as though that may be the case, down to, well, sub 50 mana, as the Demon Hunter still looking to engage here. Cold arrows coming back across. Rejuvenation there, as we see the Druid of the Claw taking a lot of damage. Staff of Preservation needed to save that, as the Druid of the Claw in Druid form doesn't have enough hit points to really fend off the onslaught of the Naga Sea Witch and the remaining units there. Demon Hunter sitting at level 2, even without additional rings of protection, still looking very strong, but Foggy Potion of Invulnerability saves the unit as we continue this fight once more. All right, Orb of Corruption, Scroll of Town Portal now used. That was 7 seconds of just invulnerability, as Happy now wanders around once again. 40 over 60 supply compared to 42 over 50. Foggy coming out ahead there, but being forced to use a potion of lesser invulnerability, and now needs to get healed back up by a rejuvenation. That Druid of the Claw not going to have that much mana for quite a bit of time, as we're looking at expansions coming in from Foggy. Now the game, if it does go long, should start to tip in favor of Foggy. Happy, on the other hand, may try and do a bit of a play here with the army that he has. He has a very strong sub 50 army, and then right as he engages, he can easily start transforming statues into destroyers and then fall back into sub 50 as both sides are losing units. One of the benefits of just having these obsidian statues is you can get those units and transform them right as you need them. As we're taking a look at this combat going down here. All right, let's take a look. Ghouls now looking to back off. Demon Hunter getting off another mana burn there. Units are still trying to run all the way back here. Demon Hunter looking to finish off the obsidian statue. That could potentially be a problem, but no. The Frostworm and the Black Citadel are all up. As we see, we are sitting at 57/70 supply, as the Death Knight now leading the charge back the other way. Very low hit point Obsidian statue still being brought over. Going to turn into a destroyer instead. I'm assuming a death coil going to be underway as the Demon Hunter going straight after the Frostworm. All right, not quite sure what's going on there. Potion of invulnerability being used again. Units are trying to fight from the high side. Destroyer Roar devouring that roar. It looks as though a handful of low hit point units could get taken down. There goes the Lich. Naga Sea Witch is in trouble, but a bear does get taken down as well. Let's take a look. We're still fighting units back and forth here as the bear is now trying to get away, but it looks as though it's going to be caught in a really bad spot as well. What looked like a bad situation for Happy now has flipped again, as the Death Knight is now alongside a level 3 Lich. That Lich, or excuse me, Naga Sea Witch. Wait, hold on. Where is that? There. Where is the red Lich? All right, Naga Sea. Oh, sorry, not the level 3 Naga Sea Witch. Anyways, let's going back and forth over here. Demon Hunter coming back around, trying to get away. Death Knight going chasing after Foggy's Naga Sea Witch. Is it going to be able to get away? It looks like it might be able to do so, as the Demon Hunter is going to be forced to use. No, not going to be forced to use a potion of healing. Instead, Staff of Preservation. Naga Sea Witch down to 135 hit points though, as the Death Knight now chasing. Dryads are going to be in position. There is a bit of slow poison there, preventing that Death Knight from really doing any more chasing, but the supply count is going to be telling the story. 60/60 compared to 46/60. Not quite even sure if a Ziggurat was ever lost, so it might have been 57/60 earlier. Frostworm, Lich back in place, sitting at level 1. You can see a very low hit point Frostworm getting a death coil there. That's going to take a lot of mana from these Obsidian statues to try and heal this up. Frostworm slowly getting 10 hit points or 5 hit points a second on average, as the Demon Hunter is still wandering around here. He does have a Staff of Preservation, Boots of Speed, Gloves of Haste, and Potion of Healing, but he is now down in terms of level, I believe. Level 3, level 2. Where is that Death Knight? Death Knight is sitting at level 3 compared to let's see, where are we at here? It is a level 3 compared to level 3, level 2. Naga Sea Witch looking to clear out this creep camp here, perhaps looking for some sort of Tome of Experience. Frostworm still in position. We see the Abomination now being added, and Happy actually very content to be mining off of one base, and he is currently low on gold. Meanwhile, his opponent has a bit more gold and may be able to turn things around if they have the right items. Here we go into the big fight. Frostworm's now focusing down onto a bear. Bear is going to get Staff of Preservation. No, it will not. Death Knight is far enough back. Low hit point Frostworm able to hide back over here. Another bear could get taken down. Yes, there it goes. 2 bears down. That means that the Crypt Fiends are going to be able to easily focus down some units, as the Demon Hunter gets Frost Nova and Fork Lightning out of position. Ancient of War trying to join in on the fight, but too many units in position. Death Coil launched once again, as the Death Knight, now with a Potion of Mana, will be able to keep his 2 Frostworms to... This is almost like a 2x2 army. I'll call this Nova's army. 2 Frostworms, 2 Crypt Fiends. He had 2 Destroyers, or 2 Obsidian statues. I guess the Abomination and the Destroyers are the lonely ones in the bunch. Demon Hunter was resurrected back at the tavern. You see Crypt Fiends landing those webs down very, very quickly, as they need to get cleared up rather fast. The Destroyers and the Frostworms pretty much going unchallenged, hence the high damage units doing so much here. All right, you can see that the Dryads are finally in position. Death Knight, however, saving the remaining units there, and there is the GG by Foggy, as he loses his Demon Hunter to Happy again, and Happy takes the series 2-0. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed it.